Obviously, a very hot issue, no pun intended here. Let me ask first and foremost, what about the claims that a lot of these profiles on your site are fake? I mean, I am not unfamiliar with these kind of adult sites, and a lot of times you'll see entries that seem almost too good to be true.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the opportunity to kind of, clarify things. This is nothing more than sour grapes, right? A former employee who worked for 3 months plus a day and 1 day out of probation, wanted to get a fast payday. And so we are 100% committed to an organic community. There is no communication, zero, that you'll ever have on Ashley Madison with another member that isn't anything other than organic. And by organic, we mean true and real, 100% legitimate.
Meaning every person who signs up, say, I signed up to Ashley Madison, I found a girl with whom I wanted to communicate, and I start talking to her. There's no way that she works for or is in any way affiliated with your company or a company that you're related to.
Exactly. That would never, ever happen. Zero chance of that happening. It's not a business practice we engage in. Now, what can happen is a user comes on with malicious intent, wants to take you to their cam site. We're pretty great at detecting those fraudsters. But if it does happen, if by accident that person gets through and you expend your 5 credits and have that communication, we'll refund it in 2 seconds. We automatically do so, in fact, once that person is suspended. We roll it all the way back. And so that happens very infrequently. It does happen from time to time. But make no mistake about it. What you hear, on the Internet is some sour grapes about any dating service. Oh, I couldn't find the person I was looking for. Well, on our site, it's not an online brothel. It's a real service with real people, and it takes time and communication. It doesn't work for everybody. We think we have a great and high success rate, and so sometimes people want to blame the service rather than their communication strategy. But what doesn't happen is that you're having communications with some sort of pseudo-employee or some fake. That is not what takes place on Ashley Madison.
Talk to me quickly about the business model. How does this work? Does someone sign up and browse the site for free and then pay a certain amount per contact or per conversation? How does that work?
Yeah, exactly. We're a little different than other dating services in that each communication, to initiate it, costs credits. There's no cost thereafter because we don't want you to kind of create that digital lipstick by moving it over to a personal email account or leaving behind a voice message. So we try and encourage you to keep it on the Ashley Madison platform. But there it's password protected, but there's no ongoing cost to it. But yes, every initial communication has a cost, but all of those are to genuine people.
And you do have some sort of security operation there to make sure all of these people are real, to make sure it's not some sort of phishing scheme, to make sure, I would say, the probably most common problem is that prostitutes are operating through this site.
Yeah, and think about it. There is a really natural way for a woman who joins Ashley Madison to behave. She tends to sit back, build a profile. Maybe she doesn't even upload a photo until she's a little more comfortable. She reads the communication she receives. Then she might respond to a few of them. It's pretty rare for a woman to sign up, upload a public photo, and send out 25 communications out of the gate. If that happens, we have a high probability that we have a fraudster on our hands. And so we put them into a queue. We never deliver those communications. We watch, we read the communications. And if they're fake, they're suspended. And so that does happen from time to time. You're right. People trying to solicit, people trying to move you over to a cam site. We suspend all of those profiles. If you did get caught in that, we'd return your credits to you so you can go and use them on the organic search. But ultimately, Ashley Madison's success in 36 different countries, right now I'm in South Korea for our launch, is because it is a genuine place where men and women looking to have extramarital encounters can do so and do so successfully.
Well, and by the way, this just dawned on me, so slightly off topic, but have you ever had any interactions with the NSA? Ever any concerns that Edward Snowden's going to say at some point that the U.S. government is looking into Ashley Madison's database?
No, maybe you were saying that with some sarcasm, but maybe there's some validity to those concerns for people. I think people having affairs have often felt like, oh, my God, I'm exposed, right? It's why so many people were angry with General Petraeus when he had his affair. Oh, he could be compromised. Well, so much of what we've done here is help create the perfect affair. And so the anonymous way you use our service and the protection we've created and where we put our servers outside of America, I think gives a lot of credence to that. We've never had an issue like that, and I think we're probably on safer terrain than most.
Okay, zero sarcasm, by the way, coming with that question. Listen, you are countersuing Doriana Silva. She's the employee that claims she was hired to write fake profiles. How do you see this ending?
Well, think about it. If you actually take a look at the court documents she submitted, what she submitted was QA testing, right? In the technology firm, you give quality assurance. You make sure that the site works when you launch it to a new country like we just did. And so she was also instructed to build mail profiles. She was instructed to do payments. So would she be saying, oh, we're fraudsters because we're putting through fake payments? No, we're running testing.
All right.
And so, yeah, you have to look at the person. You have to look at someone who has really been a malicious, inaccurate person, right?